A crisp fall morning sets the scene. People bustle through the streets, navigating sidewalks scattered with crunchy leaves, heads either buried in their phones or lost in thought. Among the activity, a young man casually strolls along a busy plaza. He's well dressed, carrying a backpack slung over one shoulder and keeping his gaze focused ahead. But as he walks past a bench, his wallet slips out of his pocket and falls to the ground. It sits there unnoticed, a stark black against the gray concrete. A homeless man sees it. He's an older gentleman, wearing layers of mismatched clothing that offer small protection against the crisp air. His face is etched with lines that tell a story of hardships and survival, yet his eyes remain soft. He hesitates, glancing down at the wallet, then around the plaza. No one seems to notice, no one is watching. Slowly, he approaches the bench. In his hands, he holds a potential lifeline, a thick wallet, visibly full. Cash sticks up from one corner as if begging to be noticed. It could be the answer to some of his immediate problems. A warm meal, a bed, maybe even something more. But instead of tucking it into his own coat pocket, he opens it carefully. Inside, there's a driver's license with an address, a photo of the young man who dropped it. The man pauses, staring at the image before lifting his head. He spots the owner in the distance, now walking unaware toward the other end of the plaza. The homeless man sets his jaw, struggling internally. He looks back at the wallet, holding it tightly. His hands tremble, not from the cold, but from the sheer weight of the decision. Should he keep it? Should he return it? Years of bad breaks and failed opportunities flash across his mind. But as he weighs his options, something stronger than desperation rises in him, his sense of right and wrong. With determination, he grips the wallet firmly and stands, moving as quickly as he can through the plaza. Following the figure of the young man, he calls out from several yards away. "Sir, hey, excuse me," the young man turns. At first, he looks surprised, confused. He glances at the homeless man's worn clothes, then down at his hands. Realization floods his face. "That's my wallet," he says, astonished, as the homeless man steps forward, holding it out. "I found it," the homeless man explains, his voice steady but humble. "It must have slipped out when you were walking by." The young man takes the wallet, inspecting it as though he can't believe his luck. Every dollar, every card, it's all there. Nothing touched. He looks back up, his gaze locking with the homeless man's. "Thank you," the young man says quietly but sincerely. "You didn't have to do this." The man shrugs, a faint trace of a smile crossing his weathered face. "It's yours. I couldn't take something that belongs to someone else." The young man pauses, his expression shifting. He takes a careful breath and looks around, as if considering what to say next. Finally, he smiles, but not in the way that someone responds to luck or relief. It's an enlightened, grateful smile, one that reveals this is no ordinary situation. "Can I tell you something?" he says, his voice carrying both warmth and curiosity. "I dropped my wallet on purpose." The homeless man blinks, understandably confused. "What?" "I was conducting an experiment," the young man begins to explain. "I wanted to see what people would do if they found it, if they'd keep it or return it. Most people would have taken it." The older man shifts awkwardly, looking unsure of how to respond. The homeless man mutters, "I didn't do anything special. I just did what felt right." The young man counters, his smile growing. "And that's exactly why you did something special. In fact, you did more than that. You reminded me just how much honesty and kindness exist even in tough situations." The homeless man looks at him with guarded curiosity. The young man's smile turns softer. He reaches into his backpack and pulls out an envelope. Its thick weight mirrors the wallet, now held securely in his hand. He extends it toward the homeless man, whose face is a mix of confusion and disbelief. "What's that?" the man asks hesitantly. "You've earned this," the young man says simply. "Inside is enough cash for you to get off the street and into a small place to stay. And that's not all. I'm also offering you the chance to work with some friends of mine who run a community outreach program. They'll help you rebuild, find long-term housing, work, and anything else you need." For the first time, the man's face breaks into emotion. He stares at the envelope, speechless. Why would you do this for me? We don't even know each other." "Truthfully," the young man replies, "because you've shown me something I can't ignore. How much integrity matters. You needed this wallet more than I did, but you still chose to do the right thing. I feel lucky to have met you, and I want to help change your luck too." "I don't know what to say," he whispers, his voice shaking. The two shake hands, their exchange serving as proof that even in the chaos of life, good people rise above. As the plaza goes back to its usual busy chatter, the young man walks away, but his heart feels lighter knowing this is not the end. It's the beginning of something far greater.